Welcome everyone. This is a general reading for Earth signs, so Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus for this Gemini season in 2018. So that's about May 21st through June 21st. And this can be used for any placing of the signs, so sun, moon, rising, anything else. Yeah, so let's get started with your general energy for this month or this time period or whatever. Something's coming up. There's a shift in perspective here, and it's having to do with one other element in yourself. It's either a deepening of an existing connection, a new connection, somebody or something newly coming into your life. There's this central two here, which to me just automatically symbolizes just you and or two parties, I should say, not necessarily a human. It could be like a spiritual connection, an event type of thing, although I usually see it as more of an interpersonal sort of connection, but something either deepening or newly kind of found or formed. But there's some new information coming up about that, or some new connections being made, right? Maybe signs being seen. Maybe I am getting a little bit of like a spiritual element to this, but also like seeing, making connections between the past and that kind of thing. There's an element of wanting to sort of maybe do better than you've done before, insofar as like keeping a sense of balance, keeping things kind of correct, almost like an obsession with that. It definitely has a bit of a subdued energy, right? This is really, it seems like a positive thing that's coming in, but this isn't like a wild sort of energy. It's very sort of mellow and subdued, and I'm seeing distinctly a separation between you and this element, this other person, or whatever the case may be, based purely on your kind of practical matters, right? Just your sort of like earthly needs, what you're doing, home related things, that kind of thing, like something in the physical world that's sort of keeping you separate. Can be schedule wise, just activity wise. Something like that is kind of keeping you separate, but it's not in a negative way. It's like, it's almost like there's an awareness that this connection is either existent or about to exist, but not the connection yet, if that makes any sense. Like there's not quite a coming together yet. Either that, or it could be the two of you sort of isolated against everything else for that reason. But I'm seeing it a little bit more as you're isolated from this, your other sort of part of this situation, whatever this situation is that you're dealing with. There's a bit of a separation. What was I saying? I got lost. Oh yeah, it's just talking about just this awareness, just this kind of new awareness, seeing new things not only being brought to your attention, but also just seeing things from a new perspective, maybe seeing things as connected that maybe you didn't see as quite as connected before, right? That's why I'm getting definitely a sense that it could be a person that you know, or something that you already are acquainted with, that maybe is going to be deepening. But I am also getting some indications of a newness coming into, and it's nice. Like I said, it's like a nice energy, but there is still that kind of separation. And I'm feeling that it's coming from this kind of obsession on your part or the other party or something, with the idea of not getting swept away, right? With the idea of remaining kind of in control, remaining at the equilibrium that you're at currently. This definitely has a very like objective intellectual vibe, but it's super earthy. It's super duper earthy for sure, which I guess makes sense. I keep saying that, but whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna pick these up and I'll put some more cards down and come back with some advice, and I will be right back. Okay, Earth sign. Here's your advice. Okay. They're saying, they being my cards, are saying just that you don't have to feel pressured, and in fact don't feel pressured or, you know, obligated or whatever to sort of get connected right away, if that makes any sense, to act on these sort of perceptions or whatever right away, or with any kind of like urgency or anything like that. And even your sort of your desires and things like that, your kind of your feelings and things, you don't have to go with your feelings either, you know what I mean? Like if you're really having feelings like you want to move towards this thing, whether it's another thing, it's another side of you or something like that, like you don't really have to go with those, right? You can slow down and kind of stop progress a little bit, and let things kind of take their time. I'm seeing a little bit of like a hibernation vibe, right, that they kind of want you to move towards, and especially if you're coming out of the ending of something, and of course the beginning of something always indicates the ending of something else. So you are coming to an ending of something else if that beginning is about to happen, right? If you see the beginning and you're still in the ending, don't worry about rushing out of that ending space, right? It's okay to be there before this other thing starts, to really kind of explore it if you want to. Ooh, there's a weird bug flying in my face. Okay. Yeah, to explore that spot if you feel that you still need to, or if it's convenient even, or whatever the case may be, they're definitely recommending that course of action over sort of getting swept away and pushing past these material sort of blockades, to get to that thing. They want you to sort of chill out a little bit. It's okay to stay in that kind of just working on the things that are already going, working on your obligations and things like that, and keeping that in mind. Because the other thing is that if you're sort of already in that spot where you're sort of in tune to a little bit more of a spiritual level, or you're seeing signs and that kind of thing, seeing connections and that kind of thing, you might want to stay in that place. You know what I'm saying? You might want to stay in that place and look for other signs, look for other connections, explore, see what else you can find. Just explore that spot a little bit more, that spot before something really starts, that kind of like purgatory, I want to say, right? This sort of afterlife vibe. You know, not in a real dramatic way. It's got a real subdued energy to it. This does. It's very still. It's not moving a lot. But they want you to kind of stay there. So I don't know exactly what else is there for you, but that, you know, that thing will still be there once you get through that stage. If it's not to sound like, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be kind of cheesy thing, but that is kind of the vibe I'm getting, right? That it's not time for you to kind of jump out of the mode that you're in yet, even though you see something that you could move towards and that may be moving towards you. That's fine. Just don't, you know, drop everything else and make that your sort of focus. They still want you to have this kind of solitude, right? The separation that I was talking about before. So I hope that helps. Yes, thank you for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you didn't enjoy it. Yeah, okay. I will see you tomorrow. Not. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.